Good day, everyone. We are the Group 4, and today we're going to discuss the human person flourishing in terms of science and technology. So, learning objectives after successful completion of this module, we shall be able to apply the scientific method to research. Refresh na lang siya dahil during senior high school, we already have the practical research. Second is explain the concepts of human flourishing and their importance for the common good, and we will provide some examples. Last is to enumerate the different principles of human flourishing and discuss how it affects the life of every human being. So we have the scientific inquiry para siyang initial assessment na ginagawa natin wherein we collect and gather data from our patient. So it's composed of subjective and objective data. So scientific inquiry is composed of a series of interrelated steps that begins with an observation. So sabi ko nga objective is involves in analyzing the surrounding and asking questions through subjective. So ito yung way natin to collect data to create a study. So how scientific inquiry works? So basically we have three variables na ginagamit ng mga scientists noon in developmental science sector and technology during scientific revolution. Ito yung creativity, curiosity, and critical thinking. Pero ang pag-usapan natin is about curiosity. So according to Oxford Dictionary, ang curiosity daw is a strong desire or learn to something. So according to Irvin Diallo, isa siyang psychiatrist guys. So when people don't have the curiosity about themselves, that is always a bad sign. So meaning para siyang hindi siya aware sa paligid niya. Parang ang tanong is how will you grow with that environment na wala ka na magpakialam. So, yung hindi ka curious sa mga bagay-bagay, how will you learn or discover new things? So, just like us future nurses lang. So, it helps us future nurses to develop our um, science skills. Kasi guys, curiosity provides us opportunity to see beyond the reality. So, mahalaga sa atin siya as future nurses. It develops us critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, tsaka yung mga science process skills in the future. By utilizing the senses, preconceived ideas, and knowledge on the topic at hand, so questions begging for answers, may explore natin and analyze natin yung data. And that is the beginning of scientific inquiry. So after information is collected, a hypothesis is formed. So ang hypothesis is a statement on what could be a possible outcome or an answer to the problem. So important thing to remember during this stage of the scientific method is once na ma-develop si hypothesis, dapat ma-retain natin si idea. So hindi ibig sabihin na mali yung prediction ay nag-fail na yung experimentation dahil it may lead to new discoveries. Now, let's proceed to the summary of the steps in scientific method. So, basically, parang lang siyang by chapter ng research. So, number 1 is identify the problem. A problem may arise from simply experiencing the problem or an observation of certain phenomenon or unexpected event. Number 2, formulate a hypothesis once we identify the problem. To the problem, this is simply making a scientific guess about the problem. With this, an individual need to browse and look for studies and related literature. Ito yung RRE sa chapter 2, wherein kumukuha tayo ng mga idea with the same study that we develop. The hypothesis may be accepted or rejected depending on the result. Number 3 is test the hypothesis by experimentation. Para siyang methodology, yung quantitative and qualitative type of research. So, testing the hypothesis could be done through experimentation and observation. It may be conducted several times in case there are doubts with the results, or until after the hypothesis is satisfactorily answered. It does not really matter whether the results are positive or negative. What is more important is the truth that lies behind the results. Number 4 is para siyang presentation of research wherein We record and analyze the data. While conducting research, there must be a record of all the results from the start to finish. This data will be very relevant in making write-up about the results of the study. So, yun nga, galing from record and analyze the data, we make conclusions and generalizations. Ito yung chapter number 5, summary, conclusion, recommendation, and evaluation sa research. From the results, one can now draw conclusions, generalizations, and one may also give recommendations based on the results. The last one is publish scientific work. So it is important to disseminate the result of the study, find ways to publish them rather than leave them on the shelves to gather dust. So once we publish them, binibigyan natin ng opportunity those people with the same interest of our study. And that is the essence of any scientific study. So, paano nga ba nakatulong si scientific method sa research? So, basically, science is one of the influential channel in terms of knowledge gathering. So, with the use of scientific research, mas marami tayong na-create na knowledge, na-improve ang education. Kaya mas maraming individuals ang nagka-opportunity to discover new things. So, learning kasi is a lifelong process. So, dapat um, mas maging hands-on tayo to discover new things.
Good day everyone, I am Julian Supnet and I will be discussing about the human flourishing. So before that, what is human flourishing first? So human flourishing is a state where people experience positive emotions, positive behavior, positive interactions with people in our society. Kung mapapansin nyo, paulit-ulit kong binabanggit ang positive because we will discuss about positiveness or happiness. So, kapag pinagsama ang human and flourishing, there is something, an effort to achieve self-actualization. But, according to Aristotle, there is an end of all of the actions that we perform, which we desires for itself. So, this is what is known as eudaimonia, flourishing or happiness, which is desired for its own sake with all other things being desired on its account. So, eudaimonia is a term that combines the Greek words for good and spirit. To describe the etiology, eudaimonia defines happiness as the pursuit of becoming a better person. If a person performs an action, this action will be good if it gives him or her happiness, which is called the eudaimoism. So, example of this is living healthily. So, it is a good action because it provides us with a good health, which is in the long run, or it gives us happiness. Next is flourishing. What is flourishing? So, flourishing is the highest good of human endeavors and the toward which all actions aim. It is a success as a human being. The best life is one of excellent human activity. So, eudaimonists do this by challenging themselves intellectually or by engaging in activities that make them spiritually richer people. For Aristotle, the good is what is good for purposeful, goal-directed entities. He also defines the good proper to human beings as the activities in which the life functions specific. The human beings are most fully realized. For Aristotle also, the person's nature as a human being provides him with guidance with respect to how he should live his life. Another one is a fundamental fact of human nature is the existence of individual human beings, each with his own rational mind and free will.
Hello everyone, I'm Jandy Paloma and number 1, dignity of human person. Innate personal values are right which demand respect for all people regardless of race, social class, and wealth. Now, the dignity of the human person is concept that assert that every individual, by virtue of being in a Being a human has an inherent worth and value that cannot be taken away, diminish, or ignored. This dignity is independent of any individual's abilities, qualities, or achievements. It is rooted in the belief that all humans are equal and deserve respect, irrespective of their race, religious, gender, age, nationality, or any other characteristic. This principle formed the basis for human rights and ethical consideration in society, politics, and law. It promotes the idea that all individuals should be treated with kindness, compassion, and fairness, and their rights and freedoms should be protected and respected. Number two, common good. Sacrificing self-interesting interest to provide for the basic human needs of everyone make the whole community flourish. Um, the common good involves creating societal condition where every individual can reach their full potential and achieve their well-being. This may include ensuring access to basic needs like food, healthcare, and education, as well as promoting justice, peace, and healthy environment. It's important to note that the common goods does not simply mean that some of individual goods. Rather, it emphasizes collective well-being, community harmony, and social solidarity. Solidarity, the common goods can often require sacrifice from individuals for the benefit of the community as a whole. Now is number three. Uh, Preferential option for the poor when decisions are made by first considering the poor. So the preferential option for the poor is a concept is a Catholic social teaching that suggests a special consideration should be given to the poor and vulnerable in society. It calls for more than just a charitable act but a commitment to social justice and transformation of social structure that perpetuate poverty and inequality. This principle does not imply that the lives of the poor are more valuable than other. Instead, it recognizes that they are often the most affected by social, economic, and environment injustice, and therefore they requires a special attention to ensure their rights and dignity are respected.
Good day, everyone. I'm Rosa Nematran. So, subsidiarity, when all those affected by a decision are involved in making it. In short, the meaning of subsidiarity is ang salitang tulong. For example, sa group namin, nagkaroon ng subsidiarity kasi in this reporting, kayang-kaya siyang i-report ng isa or dalawang tao lang pero dahil lima kami, yung leader namin nag-decide siya na hatiin yon by part para lahat kami may exposure. So, sa decision niya, nakatulong yon para mas magawa namin ng mas maayos. The next one is universal purpose of goods. The earth's resources serve every person need regardless who owns them. In Tagalog, tugunan ang pangangailangan at kagustuhan nating mga tao. For example, pinakailangan natin is pagkain. The main purpose ng pagkain is to give us nutrition and energy. Another one example is bahay or house that give us our protection and privacy. In that case, nagpapakita ng universal purpose or function na tugunan yung mga needs and wants natin. The next one is stewardship of creation. Duty to care for the earth as a given gift is a personal responsibility for the common good. In short, pangangalaga sa likha ng Diyos or pangangalaga sa gawa ng lumikha. For example, pangangalaga sa kalikasan, sa pagtatapon ng tamang basurahan, tapos yung pagtatanim ng puno at marami pa.
Hello everyone, my name is Rosami Pagkabyao and I will discuss some of principle of human flourishing. Number 7, promotion of peace. Everyone has the duty to respect and collaborate in personal relationship and national and global levels. Yung bunga ng kapayapaan ay ang katarungan. Dito nakasalalay ang tamang kaayusan ng mga tao at sa prinsipyong ito ay pinaniniwalaan na may malapit na ugnayan sa pagitan ng katarungan at kapayapaan. Example, be helpful to others when you can. Maging matulungin sa iba hanggat kaya mo. Dahil kapag tumulong ka sa isang taong nangailangan, ay makakaramdam sila ng pangailangan na tumulong din sa iba. Number 8, participation. Everyone has the right and the duty to take part in the life of society, like economic, political, cultural, and religious. So sa participation or pakikilahok, bawat isa ay may karapatan at tungkulin makibahagi sa buhay ng isang lipunan. Example, voting elections. Sa pagboto ng elections, pinapayagan ng lahat na makilahok sa halalan dahil ito ay karapatan at responsibilidad na taglay ng bawat isa sa lipunan. Number 9, global solidarity. Recognition that we are all interconnected, part of one human family. Ay isang plano ng individual at grupo para sa pagbabago ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa lipunan upang ang lahat ay makapagpahayag ng kanilang buong saloobin. Example, empower your voice. Often though, our push has to go much, much deeper than a simple encouragement or opportunities for healthy, low-stake discourse, empower your voice in many cases means. Sa ibang salita ay, ito yung pag-alis sa likas na maling paniniwala at sa hindi sinasadyang paghuhusga na nabuos sa mga kaugalian ng bawat isa at sa panlipunan.